Hello everyone, this is Mr. Hugh. Welcome to SCH4U Grade 12 Chemistry. Today I'll be demonstrating a mini lesson on Shalley's principle. The Shalley's principle is one of the main concepts that students will be exploring in the first unit on chemical equilibrium. So when I go down to the bottom and click on the Shalley's principle, the first page of the lesson outlines the instructions. So the learning goal is what the students will be learning, what knowledge they will acquire from the lesson. Okay, so the first step will be to watch the introduction video on the Shalley's principle. Now the introduction video is to just introduce the concepts, introduce the Shalley's principle, and then the second step will be to actually work through the simulation activity. Now the simulation activity is an interactive activity where students will be able to predict the outcome of each experiment and then actually initiate the experiment, and the experiment itself, the simulation itself, will explain what's happening. So any questions that you'll have, you can then post in the discussion forums afterwards. Okay, so we're going to go to the video. Now I've uploaded a video to YouTube, and so this just shows you a link to the YouTube video. So when you click on the play button, it will play the actual video, but we're not going to watch the whole video today.
Systems in dynamic equilibrium are very sensitive to changes in concentration, pressure, and temperature. Le Chatelier's principle enables us to predict the effect of these changes. It states that if a system in dynamic equilibrium is disturbed, the equilibrium position shifts to counteract the disturbance. For example, if more reactants are added, the system removes them by creating more products.
Okay, so after you finish the video, you can click on simulation, and when you click on simulation, the flash file will open on the page, and you're going to just work through it and make note of any questions or concerns that you have about the Shalley's principle. Alright, so we're going to click on simulation.
Le Chatelier's principle states that if an external stress is applied to a system at equilibrium, the system adjusts in such a way that the stress is partially offset. The word stress means a change in concentration, pressure, volume, or temperature. Click on one of the buttons below to view animation showing the effect of these stresses on a system at equilibrium.
Okay. So if I click on change in concentration, it's going to bring me to this experiment.
Iron 3 thiocyanate, which is FeSCN3, dissolves readily in water in a red solution. The red color is due to the presence of hydrated iron thiocyanate ions, FeSCN2+. The equilibrium between undissociated iron thiocyanate ions, iron 3+ ions, and thiocyanate ions, SCN- is given by this chemical equation. FeSCN2+ aqueous, which is red, in equilibrium with iron 3+ ions, which are pale yellow, plus SCN- aqueous, which is colorless. Click on one of the buttons to add sodium thiocyanate or remove iron 3+ ions from the solution.
Okay. So prior to clicking on the button for the sodium thiocyanate, you can make predictions to what will happen as the experiment takes its course. And so after you make your predictions, you can click on the button and then observe what actually happens.
In this case, the stress applied to the equilibrium system is an increase in the concentration of thiocyanate, SCN-, from the dissociation of sodium thiocyanate. To offset this stress, some iron 3+ ions react with some of the added thiocyanate ions, and the system shifts from right to left to re-establish equilibrium.
So you'll be playing around with the other components of the simulation activity to get a better understanding of Le Chatelier principle. So it's a more a interactive simulation activity. So when we go back, you can click, you have other options. You can investigate the change in pressure with a different system. You can investigate the change in temperature with a third system. Now, we're going to just click on the Done button to conclude this session. So, the purpose of this was just to show you a demo lesson for SCH4U. Okay. Thank you.